Welcome back to one more session of personality development. So, in our last class, we were studying about Sigmund Freud's different stages of personality, right from the birth up to 5 stages, and its different, say, pros and cons, and when the person get fixated in each of the case. Now, based on this, we'll move to the last part of this theory, that is the different mechanisms which are invented by the ego so that you can resolve the conflict between the demon and the angel, that is the it and the superego. So we have studied about what is id, ego and superego. So I will just do a brief recap. Id is the pleasure seeking part of the brain which always thinks of personal pleasure and zero pain. On the other hand, superego is that part which talks about ethics, right or wrong, good or bad, and tries to do the best always. On the other hand, ego, as Sigmund Freud says, is the balance between the two extremes, that is the demon and the angel, or the id and the superego. That is, it is trying to find out a way to resolve the conflict between the pleasure seeking part of the brain and the ethical part of the brain. Okay, so what is this defense mechanism? Defense mechanism means is something to distort from reality. So you are trying to wear a mask, pretend to do something else, but unconsciously you know that that is not actually it is, but you want to distort your mind's or your its and superego's attention and have a temporary satisfaction. This will reduce the stress. Now, what is the, so if I talk before going to the actual theory, if I give you a small example, say whenever you do a wrong, as maybe a child has something wrong, when the parent asks it, the first thing it does it will deny and it will tell lies. So telling a lie is a defense mechanism. Why? You know that if you tell the truth, you will be punished, and you don't want punishment. Okay, so you want to pretend that nothing has happened wrong, everything is it in a healthy manner. Okay, so we'll see to it what are the different defense mechanism. Okay, the first one we call it as repression. So repression means trying to you can say bury the deep, or you can say painful memories deep into the subconscious mind. Okay, you try to you pretend to forget it. Okay, you're storing it so deep that when you are awake you will not remember it. Say for example, a person has had a very deadly accident, okay, where he was almost had to die, but he, when you ask him after his recovery, he will not remember it. Why? Because his mind has trained itself so very well, because it knows that if he remembers that incident, it will be really painful physically, mentally. That pain, the agony, the you can say torture, or you can say uh, they don't want to repeat that feeling again. So normally the patients try to forget such extreme accidents. We that's what we call it as repressing. So you are trying to press it deep within. So someday maybe in a dream you may get it, you may remember it, but normally when you are awake you don't remember it. So this is the first type of defense mechanism what our mind makes. Okay, so it is a basic defense mechanism. We all do this. Okay, something very bad, maybe not only an accident or any some bad incident, you try to forget and bury it deep within the heart so that you will not suffer the pain and agony. Okay, then next one is displacement. Displacement means, say something has happened wrong, okay, or you are hurt, Now, who has hurt you? You can't directly hurt them back because maybe you are scared of them, you respect them, or maybe any other reason. So, what to do? That same anger or violence, what you felt, instead of reverting it back to the person who has hurt you, you are trying to shift that anger towards somebody else who is not that dear to you, who is a stranger. Okay, say for example, if I talk about a basic thing, say if there is a small quarrel, or you can say in the morning hurry worry, your dad just shouts at your mom. Now then she will not, if she's not that aggressive kind of a person, she doesn't want to hurt him back. So what he'll do, even though she's feeling bad that there was a small quarrel, what she will do is she may in turn scold you because you are the soft corner. Okay, so she's trying to displace the feelings of hostility from your father towards the child. Or maybe a neighbor has done some small thing, or maybe a housemaid comes in maybe 5 minutes late, so she bombards at her or him. So you are trying to displace or shift the feeling of pain from the person who has hurt to a total stranger who is not dear. So you're not trying because that second source is not that threatening. You don't love him, or you don't have special relation with him or her. Okay, and or maybe that person is a soft corner. Even if you hurt that person, it's okay with you. Okay, so that second source is less threatening, so you do that. You're trying to shift your anger to somebody less threatening person. This is called as displacement. So this also we do it every day, knowingly, unknowingly. And the third type of defense mechanism which ego tries to play is rationalization. Okay, so rationalization means for any wrong or mischief or mistake you have done, you are giving them a logical, well explained reason for it. Okay, say for example, you had a test or an exam, and the exam didn't go that well. Your mom, when you come back, your mom, your sister or brother or parents ask you about it. Okay, then seeing your face, they understand that it was not that great. If you are not that a great pretender, okay, sometimes you may not tell them about that exam was not great. You may just keep quiet. But at the day of the result, when the results come and you have lesser marks, the basic thing you may tell is the questions were tricky. They were out of syllabus. Teacher didn't teach us. So we are giving some logical, very safe answers so that you are saved. Your back is saved. That it is not your mistake. The question was tricky, or that part of the syllabus was not covered in the class. So you're not saying that I didn't prepare well, or I didn't understand the questions, or I didn't write it well. So you're trying to give a logical reasoning for your failure or for your mistake. You're not taking the 100% responsibility on yourself. I didn't write because the answers were tricky, because it was not taught well. Okay, so this is called as rationalization, when you are reasonably explaining in detail a logical reasoning for your failure. And the next thing is denial, means simply saying no, that I didn't do it. Okay, so you're just denying or lying that this is not your mistake. So denial means you are trying to distort or manipulate reality based on the needs and situation which suits you. So for example, if you tell a liar that he's always lying, he will say no. If you if you say, you can say, if you say a person, a thief, that you are a thief, he will say no, I didn't, what you can say, I didn't rob anything. Okay, so you're denying. Or if you say an alcoholic that you are alcoholic, you have to reduce it, he will say no, I don't drink, I only drink when I'm sad, I only drink, so he's denying about the reality. He's trying to move away from the facts just so that his his guilt is covered temporarily. So you're simply trying to pretend or distort the reality so that it will not harm or hurt your feelings temporarily. Deep within, you know it is wrong, but you want to safeguard your guilt. So that's why you do this. Then the next mechanism is regression. Regression means you're trying to return to a behavior what you were doing at the young age. Say, for example, when you are young. Okay. So when you are young, uh, when children are young, they do bedwetting, they do all small things which a young toddler does. Okay. Or say when the small child wants something, it will cry because it knows that if I just cry or shout, everything will be done. Okay. So you have seen these things about your parents. Say, for example, as you grow, you feel that after maybe many times it is seen that with a younger brother or sister coming in, the elder child feels that they are not being taken care of. They are not, they are being ignored. So what they do, they try to pretend to do things as they are young. Okay. They make a mess that I'm not finding my things, I'm not getting my book, or I don't like this, I want. So they just want to grab the attention. Okay. Why? Because they are feeling that they are being neglected. So you're returning to a behavior of your childhood just because you're feeling that you are being ignored by your parents. So regression means returning to a behavioral pattern of an earlier stage so that that feeling of being neglected is over. Okay. So this is regression. The next is reaction formation. Reaction formation is behaving in a totally extreme or opposite manner. Say, and that behavior itself tells you that that is a different thing. Say, for example, as you all are teenagers, you all are adults. Say, if some person, girl or boy, has a crush over somebody else, some other gender, okay, and that undergender person is not showing that same affection or crush towards you, then what will that male girl or boy say? That because she knows or he knows that that other gender person, that crush is not showing any interest in him or her, they will pretend that I hate you, I don't like him. If within the friends also she or he will talk that no, I don't care what that person is doing, I don't love him, I hate him. So you're telling something which is opposite because you're trying to hide your feelings. You are trying to can say mend your feelings so that you will not feel bad, or you want to show the other person that I don't care about him. Okay, because you know that that person is unattainable, you can't get the love or affection, so you are trying to pretend that I don't care about it, I don't love you or something like that. Okay. Similarly, between siblings, something is bought for your brother or sister, younger or elder, and you are not getting the same thing which you liked it. Then you pretend that even your parent get it that same thing. Now you pretend and say that you just throw it off and say I don't want it, I don't like it, I never wanted it. So you're just showing an extremely opposite behavior just to make the others feel bad and make yourself feel better. So this is reaction formation. So you are behaving in a completely opposite manner than the reality or than the real intention. Then the next one is projection. Okay, projection means telling that I am bad because not because I am doing mistakes or my behavior is extreme or reverse, not because it is my fault, but because the people around me. You're projecting your fault and as the qualities of others. Okay, why I say so if, say for example, some people keep on saying that they go into bad company or they are moving out all the time or making mistakes. Why? Because parents don't love them, parents don't take care of them, or they don't have friends, friends are negative, they only taught me all these things. Okay, so you are trying to project your bad qualities and the reason, and you're not taking the blame on yourself. You're saying that I am like this because of others, because of my parent, because of my boss, because of my girlfriend or boyfriend or parents or sister, brother. So you are telling that I am in a bad mood because something happened yesterday or in the morning. Otherwise, I am a very good person. So you are not taking the responsibility of your behavior. You are trying to project it to somebody else. So this is defense mechanism. That is projection. Okay. So we have seven defense mechanisms which ego tries to build, and I think we also have done all these seven defense mechanisms now or then, knowingly, unknowingly. So it is denial, projection, regression, reaction, formation, regression, and so on. Okay, so all these seven behaviors are being manipulated by ego so that there is a balance between id and ego, and they will have minimum, you can say, uh, pain, and they can move along from the negative things. So your dad, these all seven mechanisms are to hide from the reality, to hide from the pain which they are facing through. Okay, so this is all about Freud's psychoanalytical theory. If you have any doubts, please feel free to raise the questions. I will see to that they are cleared very soon. Please like, comment, and share. Subscribe to the channel so that you can get the next videos notification. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.